Nick Hilton's outside of London Stadium, West Ham fan TV. Tough game to watch, that one. It was grim all over the place, apart from the 2 goals.
You know what? It was a weird game. I probably see it a little bit different than everyone else because I always look at both teams. I'm not just biased of our own team. I personally feel Arsenal for about 20 minutes of that first half were outstanding. I think they were outstanding, and I think
they are an outstanding side.
Listen. The first goal killed us, in my opinion, Nicky. Right? The first 5 minutes were okay. We kind of had our shape. Okay, I think the personnel was right because if we did make any changes and bring Alvarez in, I think it would have been unjust to the players that put in the performance against Newcastle. So I think for me, the first goal killed us and it kind of set the tone for the rest of the game. 3 of their goals come from dead ball situations with the corner, 2 penalties which effectively came from the corners, and then for me that was the tempo of the game. Basically what Arsenal done, they pretty much done what they done with last season with the 6-0 game, where the fullbacks came tucked in, had a numerical advantage in midfield. It meant that our midfield were getting overrun. The fullbacks are outstanding, and what they done, they squeezed us into making mistakes. Kilman had his worst game for us as a result of just being squeezed into mistakes. Do you know what I mean? And because he's only done that once this season, kind of have to give him a squeeze. But when we got the 4th goal, which was the worst of the lot, I looked at the players and our senior players being Antonio, Bowen and Souček. They had a word with everyone else and said, listen, we need to fix up basically, yeah? We need to fix up or we can't do this again. And then we saw a little bit of heart and spirit. So when we got those 2 goals back, got the atmosphere galvanised.
I would say this though, right? The 2 goals were fantastic, and I think, as I said, the penalties they're very odd to me. The penalties look very odd, but so I ain't looked at them back, but we'll see them back. But I would say this, right? Half time comes, we've got a little bit of galvanisation. Listen, the stuffing got knocked out of us a bit, but as I said, Ray has made a brilliant save at the end of the first half. To stop it from being 5-3. It then takes Somerville off. And then as the half goes on, it then takes Paqueta off.
It was the right play, Nicky. I was talking to Scott about it.
But is that you want to be protecting 5-2 leads, O'Brien?
Look, this is the thing, right?
Sorry, not leads, defeats.
All right, so this is the thing, right? What people probably didn't realise is we changed the system in the second half, okay? We went with a 4-3-1-2. And what that done, it cut off the fullbacks from tucking inside because Bowen, when we were in an offensive position, he was supporting Antonio. That meant Timber, the Italian guy, couldn't do what he was doing in the second half. With Alvarez then holding that position as well, it meant that Ødegaard was no longer in the game for half of that second half. So that change of Somerville, what you've got to remember is Somerville's great because he's quick, yeah, and his pace can
hurt you.
It can hurt, but he was on a yellow card. And he also gave away the ball 3 times just in trying to make things happen. So what I'm saying, Nicky, is like with that being the case, you've got to change something. So then,
I think Brian, I've got to say this.
No, let me say this. All right, one thing, Nicky. With it being Somerville that got takeoff, wasn't we a better side in the second?
No, we looked a better unit. Right. But at that point, when you're 5-2 down in the first half, you've got to have danger.
Yeah, but
you have to.
You don't, because then it will end up being 9s, and then that's when you'll have riots here. Do you see what I'm saying? What we done in the second half? We were never going to win.
5's bad enough.
We were never going to win this game, and I'm not saying it was a write-off. What I wanted to see with this game was some heart and spirit that we did on Monday, and I have to actually say
there was
the players put in a shift. The players did put in a shift.
I'll give you
but the nature of some of the goals we conceded was not great.
It was,
and also it wasn't great. It was one of those games where we actually needed the manager on the sidelines because him conveying messages from number 2 down to the players ain't going to get down quick enough. And I think that was a disadvantage for us as well because there may have been some changes quicker. We have to write this one off because...
But you know what that was, Brian?
Yeah.
That was Tottenham again. It was that crazy 10 minutes. It was, mate. It's that you're in the game, you score an equaliser, it's offside. Yeah, I understand that. Then you have that crazy 10 minutes where 3 goals go in, and then you're 4-0 down.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay. So, I agree.
Not in terms of the performance.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, it's that 10 minutes.
Yes.
That 10 minutes don't happen.
Yeah.
There's a game now.
I do agree with that. But what I'm saying is that the only difference was the quality. the quality that Arsenal did for those goals, it was
It's class, yeah, it's
that's one
class.
of their best league performances this season in
you-
in the first half.
But you look
In
at the
first
fourth
half.
goal.
Yeah,
It's a
terrible.
route one over the top.
Terrible.
He's underneath it. He's fucking looking
Yeah.
at it from the sky.
Yeah.
He's swung his foot, completely missed it. That's Sunday League. That's no, it's not Sunday League. I've seen better in Sunday League.
No excuses for the fourth goal, and that's what I mean. I think they rattled us into making those unforced errors. Do you see what I mean? But
Same as Tottenham.
yeah,
Just like Tottenham.
Yeah, but the only you know what I mean. Listen, it weren't great, and we lost, and it weren't pretty. The only positives I can take from this game is the spirit and the heart in the second half.
Good goals.
The Emerson goal, the Wan-Bissaka goal. He's having his probably best attacking season of his career.
Ingsy could have got one at the end. He was unlucky. I thought very tight.
Yeah.
Listen,
I
I
thought all
thought
that would have styled it out a bit, but we still lost.
I
I'm
do-
just coming in here, coming different. So I know everyone's going to come on here and they're going to say the same old this, that, and the other. Yeah. But I'm looking at it. When I analyse games, Nicky, you know me. I analyse the games and I'm looking at it.
so. You think that there's parts of that performance that you need to protect, take to Leicester, because a performance like that against Leicester, especially second half performance,
Yeah.
we could beat Leicester.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, right? Wouldn't it have been West Ham if we won that game and go to Leicester and lose? Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
so? Again, I'm not deluded in taking anything for granted, but at the same time, I'm hoping that we go into the next couple of games and we get something from the games, victories. But we'll see, man.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay, all right,
Nice
no
one.
problem.